Uh-oh. There's a friendly noise. In the last episode, we got what was left of all of the sciences back up and running. We have a basic, what I'm considering is a mid-game science production system minus the white science. Hello, everybody. This is Frogman. Welcome back to Factorio Space Age. Everything seemed to work. I had a little bit of problems, mainly because for whatever reason, when I built this this particular blueprint, there were some of these underground belts here that were flipped around backwards for some odd reason. Like this one was, they were pointing the wrong way. Let me just put it like that. There was, I believe at least this one was backwards, this one was backwards, and I think even like this one was backwards. One of these two in here was backwards, so we were running kind of awful as far as certain things go. Once everything caught up, once all the circuits got built in, once everything got done to where it needed to go, I went ahead and built in a further, I think we have 20 now of these labs going, plus we're beacon, plus we're done set up, we're good for everything we needed to do, and it works. It runs. I would show you, but we can't really do too much right now. I mean, I guess I can set off and have it do. I've already been doing a couple of these just to try to make some of this better. Once you get into the point where you can start pounding these out, especially the mining productivity, this is a way of extending the ore patches that you already have and are already farming, so it's definitely a thing to try to do. And this new steel thing, I'm kind of, well, like I said, we should be at this point in time, I've done 2, I think, so I forget exactly. I think we're 30% or plus 30%, whatever. I don't want to do anything right now as far as doing any more stuff, because essentially the goal today is we need to get a rocket silo built, and we need to get a rocket, and, well, a rocket. We need to get a rocket silo built. We need to get a space platform built into space and see what that whole mess is about. So I went ahead and auto-crafted a decent amount, I guess. I don't know space platforms. You use these. This is a it's kind of hard to tell what it looks like out here, but it actually has a texture. It's a thing that you can place down as it goes, and yeah, we'll see from there what it's like. Go ahead back in there and just make a few more things. Also in between, while a lot of that science was going, ran around and started working more on exploring what is left of the side over here. Again, we had several decent choke points over here. I went and moved this one forward, and then for some odd reason decided to continue to kind of drive around, which is why you see all these spots around here, and found out that this is a large peninsula down here, which means our next choke point is right in here somewhere. Then I kept driving, and I drove and I drove, as you can see with all the little aliens around, because I found this wall of water. And this wall of water, I got over here and it got pretty hairy, and it's kind of one of those, once you get a hair, you kind of turn around and drive around it. But this lake continues kind of like this. It just keeps going, and I think it's actually connected up here, which means we have a large wall of water that is forming a very large western wall out here, which is looking like eventually we'll be able to go do a little bit more fun out here. And as everybody knows with Factorio, the further away from your base you go, the larger and more, dense your ore pockets will get. So you kind of tend to want to, that's why I like playing Train World. It forces you to have to go very, very far out to find some of the better ore pockets. And as we go on, well, that's going to be something we'll play with. So I did do a little bit of that, and I did a little bit of just looking around up here. I extended this wall up here so that I could take over this iron patch, so that I could pump it into this steel production facility. So it is running pretty decent now, actually. I think it's almost at capacity. I think we can put at least one more ore patch into it, but it's doing what it needs to do, and I've used a little bit of a goofy bridge over here to help this guy fill out. But it's so far we're doing well, and like I said, we've completed everything except for the infinity stuff now. So we have some more interesting technologies. Let me out of here and we can go in here. We were able to get a Mark II power armor, which I went ahead again and filled in with a few things. We unlocked the portable fission reactor, which is the first form of power that is not solar, which means we can now kind of start doing some stuff with better things. It's all right. We're getting there. Fission reactors could, they only make, I think it's like 700 kilowatts of power, something like that. What is it, 750? Which means I am running a deficit if I run all of this stuff all the time, which is why I have these in here plus this. But again, it's mainly just to make sure that the legs will be able to keep us moving reasonably quickly, and yeah, stuff like that. I did go ahead and unlock some of the uranium rounds because of the fact we have the ability to make them. These things give a considerable amount of power shot more than the other stuff. I think it's 24 plus 24 versus these, which are 8 plus 8. So it's a whole reason to make it work. And I actually think that these are cheaper than vanilla to make. I'm almost 100% positive that they're cheaper now. I don't know. There's certain other things we can do. Again, as you notice, we have the Mark II. What is it? The Mark III, Mark II, Mark whatever it is. The assembling machines Mark IIIs or trees, whatever you want to call them. I've got marks in my head. I don't know why. These I think are more expensive. Again, I don't remember. It's kind of one of those things. You put this stuff together and you forget about it. But we do have those now available. I have replaced all of the mall, and I have, I believe, replaced a couple over here. If not, that's going to be something we're going to work on. Once we get the next layer of modules, we're going to probably spend a good amount of time building a small module factory over here, just because they're right next to where all of our current circuit production is, and then probably upgrade everything here and then start shoving the productivity and the speed modules that we make immediately into here. So essentially what we'll do is once we have the wonderful logistics that allow us to do things from anywhere, we'll just have this upgrade so that it can then make the better modules that can then be shoved into all of this stuff, that can then be shoved into everything else that we're doing, and then we can hopefully, you know, move forward with a whole lot more productivity and a lot more speed. Anyhow, drink of my coffee, we can move on forward. Today, what we have to do is we need to build a couple of things. There's going to be a couple of things right off the bat. Where did the box go? What did I do with the buy? Oh yeah, I broke it down. There is a building that we're going to need called a cargo landing pad. So cargo landing pads are the new thing, and this is extended into vanilla as well. And I'm calling it vanilla, meaning you don't have the DLC. A cargo landing pad is how now your space science comes back down. But this is also access for the rest of the going forward with stuff. What's interesting is, like I said, this is now a way of being able to make the automation for the rocket silo a lot easier, because I only have to worry about putting things into the rocket silo. I don't have to worry about pulling things back out, so it saves on some space. But this is just a big inventory that accepts the return payloads, and it's pretty cool looking, actually. I kind of like it. We'll have to go, we'll be putting it down shortly, but this essentially is going to, for now, will be put over here, right about there, I think. Probably somewhere right around in here. Let's see, can we get it to where the edge of that is? No. Okay, we'll do that, and then we'll just do this with a, and we're going to do a stack filter inserter for, let's see, use this, that. I don't think I've got them yet. No, I don't. Nice. So I must have to find that before it's given to me. So we'll just turn that inserter to side. Well, I guess it won't matter anyway. It's shut off. It can't do anything. But what that's going to allow us to do is this one we will use. We will use this one specifically for the materials that will be coming out of there. And then what I will do is in our manufacturing facility over wherever we're going to build it, like say in the mall area, we'll drop another one down that will allow us to say science comes in here and then the mall stuff goes over there. So in order to do this goofiness, we need to build one of those, and then we need to start filling it full of goodies. Okay, so all of the parts I do believe we have gathered. We'll go ahead and craft that guy, and then hopefully figure out a place where we're going to put it. The other thing I wanted to say, and I forgot to say it before a bit ago, is we now are making all the way up to Mark III belts, so we do have the capability of the full throughput, at least on those belts, for that level. And I do believe there was a couple other things that maybe got changed in here. I know I moved a few things and took a couple of things out, but yeah, those used to be up a little higher. But we're making all the things we need to make at this point in time, and I'm pretty well happy for it. Our power was stable all the way through all of that process, which was pretty stinking cool. That was plenty of power. They're doing well. I just have to kind of remember to keep paying attention and coming over here and filling things up full of stuff. I may or may not get bored with replacing some of that stuff with quality stuff once we get a little bit further on down the line. That'll be something we might be able to see. Anyhow, we have a rocket silo somewhere in our inventory. Where the heck are we going to place said animal once we get it? So it is the same old thing, same big gigantic doohickey, and this is where this gets different. Okay, deliver rocket not ready, build new space platform, travel to space, rocket inventory, which is stuff that we can put in the rocket, and things that it will do. I wonder why they have trash slots. Why would you I thought these things are only meant to go from here to there. Huh, I don't know. Okay, we need to go set up a bunch of beacons. We need to go set up a bunch of stuff because I'm not going to not make the first one with as much productivity and speed as we can. And it's going to go... I mean, we already have a production for some of this stuff. I mean, the rocket fuel's already built. If we're not running white science, or if we're not running yellow science, there's no reason not to use all of these. So pretty much what I think we'll do is we'll probably build it, like maybe we'll build them over here, or maybe like right here, and then I'll take an offshoot of this, run it down, bring that up in there, and then we bring in, probably for right now, I'll probably just grab a bunch of that and put it up here. But let's go get some beacons, let's go get some modules, get it set up, hooked up so that it's working as best we can. Okay, well, we're over here and we got all the little things we need. We also need to craft a space platform starter pack. So that requires some steel and some processing units, which I should be able to steal some steel from right there. How much did I need? A little bit more. Cool, and then the blue processing units. I might have enough of those by now here. I really should upgrade that. This is my my other little side over here. So let's craft one of those. And according to the recent update that I just read, we can now craft quality ones of those things, which I think is kind of interesting. Again, we haven't touched the qualities. Again, quality? Let me. Where's the Factorio PETA? I am after, before I start quality, I want the recycler. This thing right here. This is a machine that is a trash can. They finally gave us a trash can, so we don't have to sit there and continuously blow things up. What this does is it will allow us to recycle anything that is crafted in the game, which means as we're trying to craft quality stuff and we don't want to keep the garbage that is given to us, we can just throw it in the trash can and hopefully get some parts out of it. We'll have fun with that, but we've got a long time before we get to that, I believe. It's, that looks to be enter a entity mine, whatever, researched by... That's Fulgora. Fulgora is one of the planets. Yeah, we've got a while to go before we're going to see that. Fulgora is going to be, I don't know which one we're going to go to first. All I'm going to say is on that end of it, I have no idea which one we're going to go to first. And to be fair, it'll probably just be me playing with every single little new mechanic we're going to get until we get there. You come here. 20, 40, 60, 80. Too much. Another one of those. So for the time being, we're going to place that down right here because we have the parts we need right there, the parts we need right here, and the parts actually that I really need are like technically right over there. There's rocket fuel right down there. So if we need to, let's go plop this down, let's get it built, and let's get it sending things into space. So I think probably right about there for now. I think we'll bring the parts in. You take those. So we get rid of the blinky lights. We'll do, I guess I can just do, ooh, huh? That's cool. You do that. And there. No. All right, we'll grab us a belt right here. Like that. And then you need to come up about right there. Let's do this right that direction here. Grab this. And it doesn't really matter where that goes. How about right there? That looks good. time being, I'm just going to take a storage chest and an inserter. You're going to go in there with all of that. You're going to go in here. So click. Wow. Automatic requests from space stations. Okay. That's cool. So that means that, oh. I guess you can have all this stuff in my inventory I don't want. Uh-oh. There's a friendly noise. I do love the new rocket model. It's so cool. It looks so good. And we're already making our next one. Okay, well, I suppose what we do then is we stick a space platform starter pack in it. And... really? Can I send more up with you? No, I can't. I can only send that. If I take that out and I put this in there, rocket capacity usage is a ton. Interesting. I wonder what this is all about. Go ahead, put this in there. How much rocket fuel did that eat up? I mean, I know I put a little bit in there. Okay, that's what I was afraid of. I'm going to have to go run a belt of that from probably over here over to there. Because we do have a fueling station over there, so we'll just probably worry about that in a second. All right, well, let's build a new space platform. No, I don't think we call it that. I think we call it... Here's what I'm gonna do. I was gonna sit there and think I had a brilliant, bright idea for what I was gonna use that for, but no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just going to do Platform 1. And if anybody has a thought on a good idea, understanding that there's stuff I already have in my mind that I'm going to use for later ones of these, because we're probably going to have about 6 or 7 of them, let me know in the comments. I'm not fast enough. Well, there you go. Space platform finished. Create a space platform. What is this doing for our science? Okay, so science has been created. I now have this. Build an asteroid collector. Okay. So, how I see... oh. All right. So we obviously need to be able to make things bigger. Oh, hello. So we do have a little bit of space platform foundation. Do I just... how I... can I make this... oh. Oh, boy. Oh, great. Things are already hitting us. Does that cause massive damage every time that happens? Doesn't look like it so far. Alright. I'm assuming once some of these bigger ones start showing up, though, we'll be in trouble. We need to get a rocket up there with a whole bunch of parts to build things with. Let me go do this. And... we're going to have to get some rocket fuel set up so that this is continuously making things. Give me a second. I need to do some stuff. Alright, so we have a cargo bay. We have asteroid collector recipes. We have crushers. Metallic crushing recipes. Oh, neat. Neat. So what does it take for us to get the white science going? We need to build a... we create a space platform, send item place. White is build an entity asteroid collector. And then I'm assuming once we get that done, it's going to show us what we need to do in order to do that. So I need an entity asteroid collector, which is one of these. Boy. Yeah, we're going to be doing a whole lot of running around trying to do things. I think I can do all of that over there, though. Let's go over here. Looks like we do have a fair amount of stuff that we can do. I'm going to go ahead and grab the platform crafting stuff and bring it over here. Okay, so if I toss a bunch of this in here... So it can only take that much stuff. Alright, so that means we're going to have to build some kind of a logistical way of getting that in and out of there, along with the fuel, the parts it takes to make some more stuff. So that means I do need to find another location. I guess we could move that one over because it hasn't been doing anything, and put the stuff that needs to be in it. I'm apparently missing a couple of these. Logistically, some of this stuff is going to be brought in via stuff once we get it, so I'm going to be hand feeding this thing for a little bit, I think. So boop, boop, boop. Once we get the logistics up, though, it will just ask for it. Throw another 100 of those up there. Go ahead and just do it. Man, we need some lights. It is dark over here. Go ahead and deliver some more. Yeah. So if I go up here, apologize, I am learning on camera, and I know that's not the greatest thing in the world to do. So we have some of these. Can I just maybe build this a little bigger just so that we know what's going on? That is super cool. Wow. Yeah, I'm afraid of those. I don't know whether those are a thing we got to be scared about right now. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, so we have a few things up here now. We need to figure out how to build an asteroid collector, which is going to be something that I guess collects those things. All right, well, let's build like, we'll build 4 of them so we can get like at least 1 or 2 on every corner since this thing isn't moving. Let's see, asteroid collector is going to be, all of that I can build right here because we have all of those parts sitting right here. Let me grab 4 of those real quick and we'll get moving. All right, I grabbed a couple of things. We're going to try a couple of things. I don't know if it's going to make much of a difference, but we're going to find out. Where did those go? They are right there. And I mean, I'd hate to kind of let's try to send things up. I understand we're going to need some belts, so put some belts in this. Put like, I don't know, 30 in it. Okay, 30. And maybe like, well, at least 4 or 5 of those probably. And I guess we gotta power this stuff, so solar? Try 5 for right now and maybe 1 of those. Keep putting some more solar panels in there. Okay. I have no idea. Go ahead and deliver it. Okay. So then that stuff should come in. I'm assuming you get to watch stuff. I don't know. I've not tried this yet. I have no idea what's going on here. Oh, there it is. Huh. So it does deliver little rockets. Very cool. Okay. So how much of a pain in the butt is this going to be? I really like that animation. That is so good. Make it a little bigger. Just a little. How much room do we have? So I have to build these. I'm guessing that's the direction it needs to go. Something like that. Wow. Okay, I was wondering if that was going to be the case. It needs power. All right. How much of a pain in the butt? I mean, do I have to send power poles up? Where did I do up my power? Okay. So does that mean you start picking things up when it gets closer to you? Oh my God, what the heck was that? That's so cool. Okay. Shoot. Now what do I do with it? Do I just run it in a belt and put it into the thing, and then what do we do with it? Carbonic asteroid chunk. Oop, I didn't want to. What did you do with it? Oh, you. So does that just spit it out and you pick it back up? Where did it go? Oh. So just for giggles, and I'm again just testing some stuff. I have no idea what I'm doing. That wasn't close enough, was it? Okay. Huh. Alright. Well, we need to figure out how to get that running into everything. So that goes this way. We'll move that forward about that far, and then I guess I have to build a thing so it gets to it, and then it can build it? Or am I out of stuff now? I must be out of stuff right now. Okay, let me send some more parts up here. We now have the assembly thingy for space science. Space science is done. What does space science take to do? Ice, iron, and carbon. Okay, give me a minute. We need to make this a little bit bigger. I'm going to have to send up a bunch of parts and try to figure out how we're going to process some things. I guess I need to make some crushers. How do I get this? Okay, hang on a minute. Now, I don't want this. Factory PETA, ice comes from big lithium ice formation, huge lithium ice formation used in prods. So there should be stuff floating around that will allow us to make this kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe. I have no idea. Like, maybe this? What is this? You gonna be able to reach that? No? Oxide asteroid chunk. What does that do? Used in here. Oh, okay. What is it? So one of these can make 5 ice and a 20% chance to make another asteroid chunk. What the heck? Okay, that's so there's a possibility that we get the thing that we put back in it back. That's gonna be a nightmare. Shoot. All right, let me. I guess what I got to do is I got to build this a little bit bigger so we can get 4 of those guys down, and then figure out how the heck we're gonna make this work. Because, yeah, fun times will be had by all. Because I guess once this is full, we're screwed. All right, let me build a little bit. I'll be right back. Okay, well, I think after much goofing around, I've come up with a small little project plan thing here going on. Yeah, granted, it's another one of those deals. I'm not going to try to jump completely into all of the process just yet because I'm still not exactly very certain how this is all going to work. But if you want to know, there's a tips and tricks kind of thing down here. And if you scroll all the way down to space science, they kind of give you a picture. And I'm kind of just using this as a picture of an example as things we need to do. So essentially what they're doing is they're taking the parts, they're feeding them from the crushers and whatnot. Apparently they've got crushers all the way around this whole mess that deliver various parts, pieces, and go around and service and do whatever. So they take those parts, they put them on belts, the belts get sorted, stuff gets thrown out, stuff gets, well, smelted, put down on a line. The finished crushed pieces that need to go by go through here. And then we have things that craft the science and then place it back into the control hubby thingy there. So this is what I'm going off of. Thank God they gave us the ability to do some of these things. And for that matter, thank God that there is such an animal. I guess if you're running way over things, you can just throw stuff away and you don't have to worry about it. So I can already see in my mind how we're going to be working various things, and the orbital logistics is going to be some very fun stuff because it'll be able to plan some things. But for now, again, I've just kind of thrown some things together. We have a little bit of solar. I went ahead and crafted one of these, mainly because it seems like this stuff accumulates incredibly quickly. I've already thrown away a lot of stuff. I mean, a lot of stuff, and we're back at this point. This does not work with logistics as far as connecting various things here. So like if you click on your inserter and you say logistics network connect, because there is, I guess, not a logistics network up here. So that's the point. You have to use circuit conditions, at least at this point, to figure out which thing will do what. So for right now, what I'm doing is I know I'm wasting energy. I'm throwing away the excess amount of iron ore that we don't need, and I'm throwing away the X amount of the whatever this stuff is, this new things that we're getting right now, which is carbon. So we've got carbon, ice, and iron plates. The point is, yellow or white science, once again, is ice, iron plates, and carbon, all of which we are getting from meteorite chunks that are coming in. Now, the reason why this is all backed up right now is because, well, just things and or stuff. Can I get back up there, please? This circle only works, and I'm going to have to, come on, map, thing. I know there's another button over here. I just saw the button that I can click on. This only works when things are allowed to flow freely around. I was kind of goofing around with things, and it doesn't work all the time, mainly because I was expecting it to be able to place stuff in periodically. This is just something I'm going to have to fiddle around with and make sure it works all the time. So as we kind of play around with things, it makes an unholy, and I mean unholy amount of parts. I mean, just one of these little guys. And yes, I went ahead and threw some efficiency modules in, mainly because that takes a considerable amount of power down off of these things. And I'm not as certain yet whether we're supposed to try to maintain a very small footprint. I do know we get engines with these things eventually, but I don't know how that's all going to work. Anyhow, the only thing I have not done yet here, and I know it's a teeny tiny little white production facility. We've got blues in here. I'm using these crafters because these crafters use a little less power than the other ones do. So like max consumption on those is 155 kilowatts. Max consumption on those is 380. I could even get away with a little bit more of these, but what I'm trying to do is just try to keep the speed up. I don't care about productivity. And yes, since it looks like we're stuck with things, I don't think we can burn fuel up here. And the reason why I'm going to say that is that it says right here on the bottom of this boiler, this has a pressure greater than or equal to 10 HPA, which I'm assuming since we're in space, there isn't any. So we'll let these kind of work. I'm going to have to sort this up so that this throws away these, the metal chunks, instead of throwing this away, because all we're doing is wasting power at this point in time. But let's go ahead and throw, I hope I got some inserters in here. Did I put those in here? This is quite interesting. Okay, we haven't got any in here. Like I said, this is quite interesting as to how this works. Right now, all we're doing is just hand feeding this the stuff we want it to have. So I will take, say, I'll put like 15 of those up there for right now. And they all weigh X amount of whatever. And then it'll bring me some more stuff back. I'll throw what's left of those platforms in there just because that's a good idea and a good thing. How about a couple of more of those too? We'll just fill that all the way up, and then once it gets there, it says, okay, we're now full. We weigh exactly 1 ton. We'll deliver the cargo to this platform, and then it'll launch it. It'll make another one. Now, if I have requests going on, which is something we can kind of do here, if we request in here, I can request for construction. Anything that's requested for construction will automatically be requested and put into the system once it happens. So when those come back, we'll have a little bitty thing show up. But yes, this is how you throw things away. You tell it, I don't need it, and it tosses it away. And I understand I am wasting an unholy amount of power. I don't think there's any single one of these things that are sitting there not doing anything right now, but we should be good. So now we have a bunch of extra stuff. I should be able to grab a red inserter and place it down, and it will place the white science onto that belt, which will then deliver it into the machine, and then that will launch, unfortunately, immediately, because I'm requesting it. That's kind of silly that it immediately wasted the rockets to deliver it, but if we go back to base, and we go over here, there they come in, and we now have a bunch of junk somehow that I got down here. I don't know why this is here. Assumingly, we're probably just going to throw those away. Maybe I can build crushers down here now? I don't know. No. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Stop, 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 stop. Stupid bots. Quit. Don't send it to space. Thank you. Is it in my inventory now? Out of the map. So now I have a bunch of random junk that I can't use. Okay, cool. Anyhow, I don't know why that got over there. It must have, I thought I only told you to request white science. Cool. This is very cool. I like this. That is very, very, very neat. I like it a lot. Like it, like it, like it. Lots, lots, lots. Alright, cool. So then what I do here is I want to make sure that this doesn't pick up anything that it shouldn't. So there we go, that. And we'll rotate. You will place white science on the belt. And we now have white science that we can play with ever so slowly. Which means 500 of those, and I will see you all next time. Thank you so much for watching. I'll play with this a little bit more and see how it goes, and hopefully we can come up with some stuff. White science is now on the belt, and we can now have lots and lots and lots of fun processing, building, and doing goofy, silly stuff. And I will, in between episodes, come up with a better plan for this, because this is literally just parts and pieces being sent back and forth. And if you guys have any names, put them in the comments. See ya.